If you look at a car weaving aggressively down the highway and another sitting quietly outside a grocery store, which burns fuel for no reason? We tend to obsess over aerodynamics and highway speeds, but we easily ignore a parked car because it doesn't feel like it's wasting anything. There is no noise, no drama, and no obvious effort. But that silence is an illusion. An idling engine is actively operating mechanical systems, pumping fluids and maintaining constant combustion, all while covering zero ground. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, sitting still with the engine on burns between a quarter to a half gallon of fuel every hour, depending on the engine size. The math is direct. Because the vehicle isn't moving during that hour, the fuel economy is 0 miles per gallon. Leaving the car running in a parking spot is an active mechanical drain disguised as rest. This simplified engine diagram shows the baseline drain. Even parked, it continuously burns fuel to keep internal components turning. The burn rate accelerates when running accessories. Engaging the alternator, AC, or defrost forces the engine to work harder just standing still. Electric vehicles aren't immune to this either. While they don't maintain combustion, running the cabin heating and cooling while parked pulls a meaningful amount of prepaid energy directly from the battery. Whether you are burning gas or drawing kilowatts, a stationary vehicle is never truly resting. It is constantly spending energy to maintain your comfort and its own readiness. A lot of this habit comes from how we were taught to drive. There is a deeply ingrained generational belief that cars need to sit and warm up in the driveway before going anywhere. That was necessary for older vehicles with carbureted engines, which needed time to reach a stable temperature to mix fuel and air properly. Modern electronic fuel injection makes that practice obsolete. Today, a cold engine actually warms up faster and operates far more efficiently when you put it in gear and drive it gently right after startup. Because modern engines have evolved, the Department of Energy established a specific baseline for everyday driving, called the 10-second rule. Modern fuel injection is so efficient that the fuel needed to restart the engine is less than what's burned during 10 seconds of idling. This makes turning the engine off the mechanically superior choice for any stop lasting longer than a quick pause. Continuing to idle for a warm-up is a habit that costs money without providing any modern mechanical benefit. This chart shows how a slow burn turns into a massive expense. 5 minutes in a school pickup line, 3 minutes idling at the curb, leaving the engine running at an ATM, these tiny blocks of time stack up over a month into gallons of wasted fuel. To break this cycle without overthinking it, you only need to apply one simple mental model, the useful work test. If the engine is running for critical safety, extreme weather, or mechanical needs, it passes the test. The machine is doing useful work. If you are waiting outside a shop on a mild Tuesday because turning the key feels inconvenient, the engine is doing useless work. Long-term savings come from identifying and removing the repeatable waste built into a normal week. Pick one recurring anchor point in your week, like that daily school pickup line or waiting for your partner to run into the store, and enforce a strict no idling rule for just 7 days. Identifying and cutting this invisible drain is the single most practical habit for stretching your fuel and maximizing your range in everyday life.